I'm James Breheny from Breheny Brothers Breweries. Today we're at Burnley Brewing. We contract brew our beers and where our brewing journey recommenced 3 years ago. My family have been involved in the brewing industry since 1864 and were involved in breweries all around Australia. There were 22 of my family members in the brewing industry, and we really were pioneers of the industry. And we ran 3 breweries in Victoria and 1 in Queensland, in Toowoomba, as Breheny Brothers Breweries. A little over 3 years ago, one of our family members discovered the brewing journals that we used in our own breweries, and we just saw an opportunity to really test out and see what those beers would be like today, and also to sort of reclaim our family brewing history. Our objectives at the start were pretty simple, that we just really wanted to register the trademarks for some of our beer brands and just to see what the beer tasted like. And we got a great reaction for that, and that really set us on a journey to turn it into a business. So we contract brew, which means this is not our brewery. We had the recipes, so we asked Burnley Brewing to brew our beers for us. So Burnley brew their own beer brands, which are sold here, but they brew beer for other brewers such as ourselves. So we work with Burnley Brewing and work out production runs with them. So they'll do a run of our lager beer, for instance, and then we buy that off them. And we use a third-party logistics company called Peter Saddler Transport. So they'll deliver the beer to our customers and take orders, pick up new accounts. And we've also got distributors in each state of Australia that take our beer into Sydney, Adelaide, Perth, etc. And they've got their own sales team as well. So some of our customers we deal with on a direct basis, and a number of others are through third-party distributors. So we've now got 25 beer brands that are distributed throughout Australia. We've got hundreds and hundreds of different stockists. We've got our beer on tap in every state of Australia. So, you know, we've really been able to build our business in volume terms, in turnover terms. You know, our beer brands have been really well accepted, and our backstory is a great backstory, and it's all true. We haven't sort of made it up. So we've had a great response to our brewing story. We've had our beers, because they are based on the recipes from over 100 years ago, are very easy drinking beers, very sessionable beers. Where we are now to where we started 3 years ago is considerably different, but in a good way. Yeah, we've got 6 different styles of beer, which are sort of really back to the styles that are in the marketplace. We've got a lager style beer. Our Royal Lager would be a very easy drinking beer. That's our number 1 selling beer, is our lager. We've got a bitter beer called Queensland Bitter, which has got a bit more hops in it, just a bit more bitterness in the taste profile to the lager beer. And we've got a mid-strength version of that as well, because the Australian market is really dominated by mid-strength beers, which are about 3.5%, as opposed to full-strength beers are 5% beers. We've got a stout, a high alcohol stout, 6.2% superior stout. We've got a draft beer, so we've got Breheny's Draft, which is similar to a Carlton Draft on tap. So that's another one of our beer range. We've got a pale ale called Wild Dog Pale Ale, that was originally brewed in South Australia. And lastly, believe it or not, we've got a non-alcoholic beer, which again was in the recipe book. So there were non-alcoholic beers, or non-intoxicating beers they're called at the time. So my great uncle, John James Breheny, was the first of that generation that started in the brewing industry. And he had 5 brothers, including my grandfather. And one by one, they all started and followed his footsteps. And they all end up working together in Breheny Brothers Breweries. And then from that, their cousins got involved in the breweries as well, and then their sons and nephews. So it was really a generational and family business, and they kept learning the craft and then would take their skills into other breweries. Hospitality and brewing industry, you know, is lots of great people, you know, and it's really all about enjoying yourself and creating an atmosphere for people to relax and have a good time. Being, you know, in a great industry and having a product that people are interested in. You can normally, if you're saying you've got your own brewing business, it's a high interest topic. So yeah, it's always a good subject to talk about, and you know, I guess From our perspective, we couldn't be prouder that we've got beer with our own name on it, and we're talking about our own family history, so that's one of the enjoyments as well.